Good morning, sports fans from all around the globe. I am your host, Jeff Dawson, East Coast Sports Investors, and this is your breakfast bankroll for Monday, June 13th, 2022. Hope everyone survived the weekend. Tough week for the ECSI VIPs in bases. Um, didn't catch a break all week. We were the fire hydrant, I'd like to say, for 5.5 days out of the 7. Maybe the dog for a day and a half. Did cash some Lightning plus 105 series tickets. We were able to sneak a few baseball plays in, but for the most part, anything that could go wrong went wrong. And as I like to say to all our loyal listeners and family, and this guy just doesn't have a clue. Turn on your notifications, people. It's 10:30. It's breakfast bankroll time. Anyways, it's a new day. It's a new week. It's a new beginning. And our goal here, as you can see, I am at Brookline Country Club, where we are hoping to be live on Tuesday for a practice round. We will have a week full of expert guests that be given their thoughts, picks, leans, first round leaders. Yesterday, we talked about it every Sunday, and our co-host here, Mr. Riley Magnuson, even talked about Mr. Rose. You want to go back, and Rose came out guns ablaze and had an amazing round. But Rory said not so fast, and he had a reason why. He wanted to pass Greg Norman for wins on the PGA Tour. He goes out and shoots 62, takes the tournament yesterday, and he even gave Mr. Norman a little jab or two. So that was good to see. Tonight, Celtics Warriors game 5. Currently, Warriors -4. I think I see in the 210, 212.5, something like that. What am I saying? 211 right now in Vegas. You can get the Celtics plus 115 to win the series, and or 120. And right now, Warriors -140, 145, and I see a 135. VIPs are holding Warriors plus 155. If you want the free $15, $20 free bingo square, you can grab it today. If you think the Warriors are going to win today, you can wait and grab the Celtics plus 220, but they are undefeated after a loss in the playoffs. So with that, let's bring in our co-host from the Windy City, the one and only Riley Magnuson. Morning, Riley.
Morning, my friend. Happy Monday. Rough week for the both of us on the diamond. I am, licking my wounds over here all the same on the diamond. Everywhere else, pretty decent week and weekend as far as golf, UFC, and the NBA is concerned. So, need to get back on the right track here for MLB. And obviously, as you mentioned, we've got the golf tournament coming up this weekend that I'm getting excited about. Going to be diving into as far as research to get a lot of things finalized today and tomorrow. So I'm excited for tonight's game that you mentioned. Obviously, Game 5 going to be a massive one, which I'm sure we'll dive pretty deep into. Got a handful of different thoughts as far as that is concerned. But you got the backdrop behind you. You got your sweatshirt on the UConn Huskies. I think it's this afternoon. Do or die. What are we feeling?
Big dogs, Stanford -230. That's about what the series price was when it started. Before the Super Regional started, it was Tennessee in a cloud of dust. Tennessee goes down in 3 to Notre Dame. Stanford was the second favorite. In comes UConn, holds on for a thriller. 13-12 on Saturday. Stanford 8-2 yesterday. All hands on deck. I was just talking to Kiefer before the show. If UConn can pick off Stanford, it will be an absolutely free-for-all at the College World Series, the Final 8. And, I was chuckling, Riley, I'm a season ticket holder for the men's basketball team. In Hurley, we trust, well, kind of, sort of. Was expecting big things. The brackets came out. We're expecting, Sweet 16, a matchup versus the Zags, and in comes New Mexico State, and the rest is history there. Yet the UConn Huskies baseball team, who have now won 50 games this year, are 27 outs away from the Final Eight and a trip to Omaha. It's must-watch TV.
I'm not a college baseball guy by any means. Obviously, I'm the Big Ten football and basketball guy. So when hell freezes over and they become a baseball conference too, then maybe I'll have some thoughts to share. But it kind of has a weird vibe of some of these, underdog UConn basketball teams, as far as nobody believes in them to that level, and then they keep showing up. So I'm going to be tuning in this afternoon. I think there's one other one, but yeah, like I said, I'm not the college baseball guy, so I can't share too many thoughts. I'm drawing a blank. I know there's one other one that's do or die
Oregon
this evening.
State and Auburn.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, I'm not the guy, but yeah, I'm going to be tuning in for both of these. It's high stakes baseball for sure.
Shout out to Cole. He says, good morning, team. Yes, good morning. A short slate in the MLB, which we were going to get to. It's tough when you come off a rough week. And then, I think the mindset for most people is they wake up in the morning, they see what their balance is, what they owe the man, and then they see their new balance for the week. If you're on credit, say you got $2,000 or $1,000, whatever it is, It's like a new lease on life. And you expect to wake up this morning and you're all warm and fuzzy, like, oh, I'm going to get this guy. I want to get my money back. And it just doesn't work that way. And, sometimes when you keep getting those bad breaks, it's a cycle. They're supposed to even out in the long run. And if you were a part of 5, 6, 7, whether it was errors, wild pitches. I put in our Discord channel yesterday, I put a picture, and it was just comical. This is how the week had gone. Cubs, 1 run on 4 hits. The Yankees, 8 runs on 4 hits. And I'm just like, in the first inning, 1 out, and then it was walk, and then the floodgates opened up and they scored 5 runs. And again, an error. 4 and 5 out innings in baseball you're going to give up a lot of crooked numbers.
Right.
There were some big moves on the Cubs yesterday. Obviously, Thompson didn't have it. It was an early exit. Listen, I even said it on our show yesterday, Riley, and I'm just going to say it. They're probably off today. They're like 27 games over 500. The Yankees can do no wrong right now.
Right.
So when the teams like that trains, we try to be that guy mentally. The Dodgers haven't gotten swept to the Giants since 16. What happened? The Giants swept the Dodgers.
They get swept.
So just be careful on the spots. Like I said, you don't want to bring a knife to a gunfight.
Right, absolutely, and as you've mentioned, weird stuff can happen on Sundays as well. You've got, I won't even waste any breath on a certain team that I call my favorite team anymore, as far as complaining about our manager until it happens. So, rough finish there, but let's if you want to dive into today's slate, I'm ready to roll.
All right, Cole just asked a question. Thoughts on Nationals money line today? Kind of piggybacks, Cole, what we were just talking about. No one's hotter in baseball right now than the Braves.
Right.
I think that's 11 in a row?
Something like that. Yeah, I think it's 11. Yep.
11 or 12 in a row. Phillies 9 in a row got snapped. Braves won yesterday 5-3. I think that puts them at 11 in a row. I see where your eyes are, Cole, but you don't want to be stepping in front of these trains. If the Braves were to lose today, then so be it. Maybe you jump on the Nats again tomorrow, because after a long streak, either which way you go for or against them. But with that, as we're going to get into the baseball, let's start with the Celtics and Golden State tonight.
Okay.
Game 5. Again, Celtics undefeated after a loss. I had talked to anyone that wanted to listen. When the Celtics have had the opportunity to step on someone's throat in the playoffs, they just haven't done it. And it took a out-of-body experience from Curry, which we've seen plenty of times. He lifted the Warriors to a 10-point victory at the Garden. It's now 2-2. It's the best of 3. Whoever wins the next 2. I mean, I got 3 scenarios in my head if anyone wants to listen. So Celtics went outright today. Warriors come back again, steal game 6, and we're going to be sitting at a game 7. Golden State -4 or 3.5. Golden State -140 or 145. Maybe Warriors take care of home court. Celtics finally lose, after a loss, and then the Celtics bury them in Game 6, and we're back to a Game 7. So, early thoughts, how you seeing it today?
You basically just stole the thoughts right out of my head, Jeff. As far I think it's going 7 one way or another, and I kind of lean towards the continued in both teams' case. I don't think either teams have lost lost twice in a row in this entire playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. I think the Warriors have done it too. So that's kind of where my head leans, but it wouldn't shock me at all if the Warriors, were the Warriors at home. They had a few more calls go their favor in their home building. I've kind of just taken a mindset for tonight's game, especially. I've secured myself a profit, so I'm not trying to force myself into the outcome of tonight's game one way or another. I'm happy to wait, kind of like you said. Whether the Warriors win tonight, then I'm probably going to be on the Celtics in Game 6. Celtics win tonight, I'm probably going to be on the Warriors in Game 6. So, beyond that, as far as we've kind of talked about the Celtics, who's the MVP right now. If the Celtics are going to win, I think this game, but I think if the Celtics win this series, I think Jason Tatum has to be the MVP. Whether or not he wins the MVP is kind of up in question still. But I think if the Celtics are going to win the series, it's going to be because of Jason Tatum. So I think one way or another, I think he's going to have a big game tonight. You might see a little bit of regression. Obviously, you just said he was out of body in game 4, Steph Curry. So still banged up. So I kind of see a little bit of regression there, but one way or another, the Celtics have to weather that storm, probably usually in the third quarter, right? For the Warriors, you have to weather that storm. It might come, sometimes it happens twice, once in the first half, once in the second. So as long as you can weather those storms and not let them, whether you're up by double digits and you let them all the way back in the game, or it's a close game and then, they go on that run and now they're up by double digits. One way or another, you got to weather that storm if you're the Celtics tonight or, in any game that they need to win. So I kind of lean towards the bounce back angle as far as the Celtics, though. But, like I said, I've secured a profit as far as who's winning the series, so I'm not going to force myself into this one tonight.
And that's the thought process that I have right now. Common sense would say take a shot on the Celtics plus the 4. You might get them 4.5. You could sprinkle a little pizza and beer money on the money line to, they have not lost in the playoffs after a loss. I think you're going to see a more focused team. I think you're going to see a team with a sense of urgency. But on the other side, technically, I'm not saying it is, but technically, this could be the last home game for Golden State if the Celtics were to win and then they had to go back. So you could see peak, Curry and company there. Yeah. And I'm just going to throw this out there, and I know he's not going to win this, and I know it's either going to be Tatum or Curry. Whoever wins the championship, if it's Golden State, it'll be Curry. If it's the Celtics, it's Tatum. The MVP for the Celtics, in my eyes, and I don't even think it's a debate, is Robert Williams.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Yeah, as far as, a lot of times, though, especially over the last few years when we've gotten out of that basically the stretch of Cavs versus Warriors, right, where you know who exactly the guy is going to be, LeBron, then KD. Ever since we've gotten through that point, the last few years, it's been a lot of these role players like that. I mean, you look at the Raptors a few years ago, Fred VanVleet, you could make the argument, was the biggest X factor as far as pushing them over the edge. Obviously, Kawhi is Kawhi, and he's going to win the MVP, but it's a similar story where, a guy like Robert Williams, Fred VanVleet, if they get playing well at the right time, you could absolutely make the case for them. And it's going to take an effort like whether it's him or, with one of these other role players, it's going to, on top of, obviously, like I was saying, Tatum, it's going to take one of those guys on top of the star performance to push it over the edge. So I'm not against you. I'm not against you at all. But, typically it's not how it goes as far as, especially ever since Curry giving up the MVP to Iguodala 10 years ago or whatever. Not 10 years ago, but whatever it was. They've been going pretty chalky these days. But it's not a terrible take it by any means. I am not going to laugh at you for saying Robert Williams by any means.
All right, short board. Again, we got no early baseball. First opening pitch looks like it's 7:05. We got a couple 7:05, 7:07, 7:10s. The board is yours, my friend.
All righty. You mentioned the Atlanta-Washington game, so I'll skip over that one. I guess as far as I'm not betting on them today, but White Sox are kind of in that camp of 6-ish my time, 7 your time. Looks like Lance Lynn debuted today, so I am very excited as far as Lance Lynn coming back. You and I have both been kind of the company of not really getting involved in these games where a guy like that is making his first start. And that's kind of where I'm at today. I do like him typically in a spot where they're struggling and you need a guy to be that workhorse to get you a win and get you through it, especially against a divisional opponent. But probably not going to get involved in his first start here. I've been seeing quite a bit of money and bet percentage on the White Sox here versus Ronny Garcia's on the other side here. But obviously, like I said, I'm biased. Lance Lynn, first start. Any thoughts on top of what I'm saying? You liking any side here?
White Sox come limping in. This is a breath of fresh air that they've desperately needed. I'm a big Lance Lynn fan. What's he probably going to go? 4 if they were lucky, 5. Is he on a pitch count, 60, 70, 80 pitches? What's the bridge he's going to get to the back end? You would expect a White Sox win here. I can't get in there. An opening number of -130. It's now 131 at circa. I'm definitely not going to pay the tax here. If you wanted to get cute and you believed in Lynn, you could try minus the hook first 5 and get out of Dodge. It's an under-over that opened at 8.5. Still 8.5 now, juiced under at circa. You can get some flat 8s all across the Vegas strip right now, and there's an 8.5 at DraftKings as we speak. So tough game. Looks like the first 1 to 5 wins here. I listen. The White Sox got us good a couple times last week. They're just too inconsistent. They were part of our 3-0, 4-0 leads, and then just presto magic, they're gone. It's probably going to be a sit and watch popcorn for us.
Yep, and I'll say another reason to stay away. Michael Kopech gets hurt in the first inning yesterday, so bullpen's actually pretty damn taxed. Somehow Liam Hendricks was not available yesterday. I said on yesterday's show he was going to be available. Not sure how he was available yesterday. He is available today. Everyone else, though, is a pretty steep question mark, I would say. So that's another reason for concern, assuming, like you said, Lance Lynn only goes 4 or 5 innings. So I think it's a hard stay away unless you think that, the White Sox are going to struggle again. So moving on to that one, Miami and Philadelphia, Alcantara and Nola, awesome matchup here today. You mentioned the Phillies' first loss in a week and a half. Miami also rolling a little bit until yesterday. Both of these guys, Alcantara and Nola, have been Alcantara's been fantastic. Nola was very good last time out. Any thoughts on this one? You like the Marlins with the underdog price, or is that a little too good to be true? The Phillies are going to get back to rolling here.
Well, and it's funny. I'm glad you brought up the fact that Miami, after their closed-door meeting on Monday, had cheated throughout the week, and the Phillies had a 9-game losing streak snap. Usually after that long winning streak, you go against them again. Nola has been pretty good to us first 5. Alcantara has just been absolutely lights out. It's a game that, again, it's Monday. I know it looks like you want to get back in. Just going off of, you just won 9 in a row and you lost. You're supposed to lose again. Slight lean to Alcantara. But if someone said, hey, Jeff, I really like the Phillies in a bounce back spot, I don't have a problem with that either. Both bullpens are So with a matchup like this, guys, I honestly would just say grab some popcorn and enjoy the pitching matchup.
I think so too. And one thing I was looking at that was, kind of contrary to how good he's been, Alcantara, this Phillies lineup has actually got, relative decent success against him. So I think it's and not to mention you can't, he could still absolutely go, 7 innings, 2 runs or something like that. But, there is the possibility that this Phillies offense can get to him. So I'm with you. I think you just sit back and watch this one for entertainment. Next one up, I don't have strong thoughts about it. Baltimore versus Toronto. Bradish versus Manoah. Manoah's obviously been great. Bradish not so great at all. Pretty damn bad. Any chance, if you like the Blue Jays, any chance to get on this one? Pretty steep taxes here. I think it was around -140 for the run line for Toronto. And then, the first 5 minus a half, pretty hefty tax. Anything you like as far as getting into this one here in Toronto?
Well, I have to say hats off to me. I suck at totals, but I did say that Royals Baltimore would go over yesterday.
Yeah.
Listen, Manoah, we have futures on him. I think the leader in the clubhouse now is Verlander, who's got 8 wins. Manoah, do you have his numbers there? Is he at 6, stuck on 6 for
Let's see.
wins?
Verlander's got 8. Manoah's got 7, actually.
Okay, so go Manoah.
Yeah.
That year that we had the $20,000 ticket on Erod, Verlander got us in the last week, and I think he's going to be a thorn in our side here. Listen, guys, obviously we would lean Manoah. There's no way to get in here. I'm not going to tell you to go play a run line minus 140 when you're only guaranteed 24 outs. You're not guaranteed the full 27. A Pesky's Baltimore team. And listen, I get it. You go to this, you leave the living room, you go to the bathroom, you make yourself a sandwich, you grab a cold one, and Guerrero hits a 3-run homer. You're up 3-0. Say, why didn't I get in? Because they're making it impossible for you to get in. If you want to get cute, you're putting together a couple little Monday parlays, action parlays. Obviously, I would say Toronto and the money line. If you wanted to get cute on the run line and save $1.50, then do it. But again, when it looks too good, it usually is too good. But I expect Toronto to mash here.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you. It's just the taxes ain't worth it because the key word there is the pesky Orioles. Not worth the taxes when you're getting them against the Orioles right now. Another one, interesting one, Pittsburgh and St. Louis. Mitch Keller, pretty hit or miss. Zach Thomas, though, left-hander for the Cardinals, making his second career appearance. First one, I don't think it was a start. He went 4 innings. I don't think it was a start. So I think this is technically his first start of his career. 6 straight losses for the Pirates, though. Offense has been absolutely brutal. Are you buying the Cardinals' first 5 minus the hook, or too unsure of this guy Thompson making his second appearance here for the Cardinals?
Again, minus 200 overnight. Minus 180 now. On paper, you expect St. Louis to prevail. Let me just pull up some numbers here. 1 second. 34, and they're 7 games over, 34 and 27. Pirates come in 24 and 34. Pirates won yesterday, correct?
No, 6 straight losses.
6 straight losses. I mean, you follow the streak. I mean, if you wanted to get cute with the St. Louis first 5, an under over of 9. Actually, there's a 9.5 at DraftKings. If you wanted to play a full game here, again, I don't recommend it. Full games, 24 guaranteed outs for the home team. Yet it's a big total. If you wanted to go full game, I would be okay with that. There, Pittsburgh limping in, losers of 6 in a row. I would continue that. Follow as well. And I just got a DM for our friend Craig Mish. Shout out to him. We were trying to get him on this week. His son's got baseball all week, so we're going to get Craig on in the next couple of weeks. Thank you, Craig. Best of luck this week with your son in baseball. Enjoy it. Marlins are hot, brother. Marlins are hot. So I'd roll the cards. I'd roll with the cards.
Yeah, I think so too. It's too many question marks for me as far as Thompson. So if I'm going anywhere, though, I'm going Cardinals. Houston and Texas, only a few more left here. Houston and Texas. Christian Javier versus I think it's Taylor Hearn. Hearn left-hander. Javier, bad last time out. Only his second time this year allowing more than 2 runs. And so last time bounce back spot was actually against these Rangers. Has seen them twice overall this season. He was very good both times. So he's been, very, very good except for 2 starts, and then obviously had a nice bounce back the first time out. So same script. He bounces back against the Rangers today, or are you seeing a different story? The Rangers, steal a couple games in Chicago and have some nice momentum for themselves.
Well, it's funny because the games we've already started to talk about, they haven't allowed us in to any of these plays. Yet they're saying, guys, come on over. We got a couple extra windows here. If you want the Astros minus a hook, first 5, if you want a full game, minus a 1.5, we got plenty of windows open. And so first instinct is Houston minus a half, first 5. Houston run line, full game. The under overs at 9. I would just say tread lightly, but I do lean Houston here.
Yeah, and I for me personally, it kind of marks as a stay away. Third time, everyone always talks about third time through a lineup in a game. A pitcher will see some regression against that lineup, but I personally, for me, when a pitcher has seen a team for the third time and the first two were pretty damn good within the season in a short time span, that's always a little bit of a red flag to me that opposing offense is going to hit them a little bit better this time. But I agree with you. I still lean Astros if anywhere. San Diego and the Cubs. This is the one that I wanted to ask you about the most, actually, as far as the line pricing in this one. Seems like it's going up a little bit, but Yu Darvish versus Justin Steele, San Diego in here, north side. Just the second time facing the Cubs for Darvish since he left the Cubs. First time at Wrigley, so going to be an interesting atmosphere for him here today. Last year was very good against the Cubs. And last week was very good. I like him to string two starts together when he's very, very good. Typically goes in twos from what I see. And Steele hit or miss. Justin Steele for the Cubs is a little hit or miss. Cubs, another team, 6 straight losses. Pirates, however, exactly two runs in their last 3 straight games. So I think they lost the last 2 against Colorado. Offense, 2 runs exactly, 3 straight games. I personally think this line should be a little bit higher with what I think about Darvish. But that scares me quite a bit here. Why is this one so close? Are you liking it aside? You liking the Cubs? You liking the Padres in this one?
Cubs were part of our 3-team action parlay on Sunday. And as we talked about it, 1 run, 4 hits, 8 runs, 4 hits.
Yeah.
Yesterday, they were just I think the position player was pitching in the 8th inning, and he threw a 45 mile an hour moonball for a shot that still hasn't come down. I always talk about Justin Steele, or is it going to be just an aluminum can? I never get a good read on him. Padres offense limping in. As you said, Rockies take the last 2. Again, I think Vegas is inviting you to go run to the Padres. I mean, an overnight number that opened at 145, a corrected morning number of -126, an under-over at 9. Both offenses struggling. I mean, the Cubs got taken to the woodshed to the Yankees, but they've been doing that to everyone so far this year. Eyes go to Padres. Common sense says for some reason that the Cubs wake up. I tell you what, I suck at totals, guys. I suck at totals. But this line was 8.5. It is going to 9. I actually, believe it or not, guys, lean over here.
Yeah, this one just stinks. This one stinks to high hell, and I think I'm 100% with you. Normally, if we didn't have this conversation, if that total was at 7.5, I think I'd be all over the Padres. If it was at 7.5, I would be all over Darvish and the Padres. But it being 8.5, 9 is just makes the skin crawl. Something weird's going to be happening on the north side, I think, over here tonight. So that's an interesting one. Reds in Arizona. Let's see. We got Mike Minor versus Merrill Kelly. Mike Minor, 2 starts so far. Been very, very bad. Last start was actually against these Diamondbacks. 4 1/3, 3 runs on 2 home runs. And obviously Merrill Kelly's been very solid against this lineup, especially. Reds win yesterday, but they are 3-7 last 10, cooling off once again. Are you playing the Diamondbacks? Another one that they're letting you in, but it's obviously a team that's kind of hit or miss in the Diamondbacks. Are you playing them first 5, or are you treading lightly on this one as well?
Well, again, now use the Jedi mind tricks that Vegas is playing right now. A Reds team, an Arizona team, and a Reds team. When's the last time you saw Arizona -145, -148 at Circa right now? They're accepting Reds money very freely right now. Come on, we got windows wide open. I respect and trust the opening numbers. I'm not a big Mike Minor fan. It's his 3rd start. I would actually lean Arizona first 5 minus the hook here.
That's kind of where I'm at. And as far as the pricing of it and the pitching matchup, almost reminds you a little bit, maybe not as high scoring as it ended up being, but it almost the Royals were a hefty favorite against the Orioles yesterday. Almost reminds you of that to some degree as far as being a little wonky. Should be a little higher as far if Mike Minor's that bad, then I think the Reds should be a steeper dog. But I'm treading lightly on this one. I think only 2 more on the board here. Royals and Giants. This one's interesting as well. Brady Singer versus Alex Wood. Royals, 7+ runs in 4 of their last 5. Got beat up a little bit against the Orioles on their pitching staff as well, but their offense actually 4 out of 5 games, 7+ runs. Alex Wood's been very good the last 2, or pretty good the last 2, but hit or miss for the most part this season. don't usually bring these trends to the show, but the Giants are 16-5 last 21 on Monday and 12-4 last 16 interleague home games. So in spots against teams such as this, they are actually pretty profitable. However, if you're looking at the full series here, 3-game series in San Francisco, this is probably the best chance that the Royals have at winning any of these games against the Giants. Not very favorable matchup tomorrow, and then another guy that's not had a lot of success for them on Wednesday. Are you buying the Giants in this one, or is this another one where it's a little too good to be true here?
I think, and I don't like to bring, as you talked about angles and trends, I don't like to bring in the mental part of it. I think it's a perfect letdown spot for San Francisco after just sweeping the Dodgers. In comes Kansas City's best pitcher was Singer, who he was guns a-blazing. I did have a hiccup earlier in last week. Number was minus 164 overnight, now to 170. Any Giant backers can easily go to the window. Take the Giants minus a half run first 5, lean Wood over Singer. I think it's a tricky spot. Is it a landmine or a gold mine? I can't lay the tax. If you wanted to jump in with the Giants full game run line, I wouldn't say I'm against it. The only thing is both teams' back end is pretty bad. Kansas City's offense is just as bad. So I think this is Kansas City's best shot. I do fear a letdown. If you wanted to get cute and play Kansas City first 5 here and, just pray, don't watch the game, just pray. I have no problem because I think they could be a live dog first 5 here.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. And just looking at this game and a lot of these games that we're talking about and kind of treading lightly, the favorites are public and bet percentage, or public betting percentage and money percentage. Pretty damn skewed. So something's going on as far as taking the books are taking sides, or just a weird day overall. So definitely one to tread lightly is kind of the message of the day, I would say. But last one up here, latest game, 9:10 mine time, 10 o'clock your time. Minnesota and Seattle. Chris Archer, Chris Flexen. Flexen mediocre lately, 2-7 on the season though. Archer's been actually pretty solid last couple out. One thing that I noted in this one, Flexen versus lifetime versus the top 3, your projected top 3 for the Twins order tonight. Luis Ariz, who's been hitting well this season, he's 4 for 7 lifetime against Flexen. Byron Buxton 5 for 5 with 4 RBIs against Flexen, and Correa 4 for 12 lifetime. So that's typically 1, 2, and 3 out of the Twins lineup. Is that enough that you're buying there as far as the Twins, or is this a little bit of a weird line here and you're liking the Mariners at home here tonight?
I think it's a weird line. We had Seattle part of our action parlay yesterday. Ray versus a bullpen with the Red Sox. Ray, we've been fade Ray all year. Pitched phenomenal yesterday. Yet the Seattle bats nowhere to be found against a bullpen game for the Sox. And the Red Sox win 2-0. I think they go 8-1 on the 9-game series road trip, as they will be coming home tomorrow. It's one of these games. If I don't know which Archer you're going to get. You talked about he has been very good. Minnesota leaving the home beds. They get to now go out to the left coast or west coast here. I'm not a Flexen believer at all. No. And over that opened at 8, went to 8.5 overnight. Listen, I'm going to stay away. Okay. But how Seattle opened up as a favorite is just mind-boggling to me. And they were favorites the last 2 games against the Red Sox. I'm staying away, but I wouldn't be shocked if Seattle wins this game.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you there. Honestly, Archer regression is what scares me the most here, because with the way those Twins hitters are hitting just in general, and lifetime against Flexen, when he's got splits like that against lineups where historically they've beaten him up, it typically continues, as I've seen over the last couple months here to start his season. So I don't think I missed anything, unless you had any thoughts that I missed, or any games that I missed. But I think that's just about every one of them here on this pretty short slate here on Monday.
No, and I can't state this enough, guys. We just went through the whole board, and I don't want to pull a Dave Sharapan here, but I will. When you ask Dave a question, he can give you sides for both sides. Let me see. Mr. Cole says Nats up to plus 120 from 135. Money been coming in. Yeah, listen, Ian Anderson is not one of Atlanta's better pitchers. Jonas Gray or whatever, Josiah Gray,
Josiah,
excuse me. Again, you're going to get which Gray are you going to get? That's not Sonny Gray, okay, first of all. But this kid has shown flashes. The thing that I would say, Cole, honestly, is, for 2 weeks, I was getting chastised every time we played the Braves. And I'm like, guys, listen, it's coming. Well, it's here. And I know we want to get the plus money. It's a Monday. It's a home dog. I get all part of that. The question that you have to ask yourself is, are you comfortable stepping in front of a team that has won 11 in a row? That's all. That's all I'm asking. If you feel comfortable enough and don't have a problem stepping in front of that train, God bless you. And I will say this, if Nationals win today, take them again tomorrow.
Yeah,
if the
I think
Nationals
so.
win today, take them tomorrow. And it's
to
a
play
tough
devil's
play.
advocate. To play devil's advocate against the Braves as far as being interested in the Nationals, this win streak has been against obviously the Nationals are in the same company, but it's Colorado, Oakland, and Pittsburgh, so they're beating up these bad teams. Obviously, the Nationals fell into that category as well, so it's not like they're tearing down the top competition, the MLB. So if you're interested in the Nationals, that would be another maybe they regress here as far as just rolling through a week schedule, maybe this last week and a half.
In an overnight over at 10, which is 9.5, juiced over minus 25 cents. So I'll also say this to you, Cole. First 1 to 6 wins. And hey, Cole, here's an angle for you if you're still here with us. Cole, don't go anywhere. Take a look at the Washington team total. Is it 4.5 juiced over? Is it 4.5? Is it 5? My point is, if you like the Nationals, you could sneak into their team total as well there. I know Anderson's been hit pretty good of late. And then that, okay, there he is. He is here. Take a look at their team total if you're really in on Washington today.
I'm seeing, at least on FanDuel, obviously do your line shopping, but plus 104 on over 4.5 for the Nationals. So you're actually getting plus money on over 4.5 on this app over here, at least.
So do the math, Cole. Do the math there. If you're getting plus money on a flat 4 or 4.5?
4.5.
4.5. Okay. So in other words, if the under over is 10, they're giving you plus money on a 4.5. Okay. So if the Nationals get to 5, you're a winner. It doesn't matter who wins the game. So they're basically telling you right now that Vegas has the Braves winning this game 5-4. That's what they're telling you right now. 4-4. Solo homer by Albies in the 9th. Thanks for playing. So if you like the Nationals and want that plus money, I'm just going to tell you to throw some beer and pizza money on the team total Nationals over 4.5 plus 105.
I like it.
All right, guys, 4:00. ESPN, UConn versus Stanford. Come cheer the Huskies on. 27 outs away to Omaha as they try to shock the world. It won't be as big a stunner as Notre Dame beating Tennessee, but Stanford was the second favorite in this tournament. And so with that, you get the UConn plus 200 today. Are they going to win? I don't know. Am I going to be rooting hard? Of course I am. Get to the final 8 of the baseball, get to Nebraska, Omaha. And if UConn pulls this off, it's a free-for-all. And myself and Kiefer will come back on before this tournament starts over the weekend. Get some clips, some prices out there, potential national champs. Celtics, Golden State tonight. Again, apologies. We're not trying to flip-flop here, but everyone understands exactly what could happen here. I think the initial thought is Celtics bounce back. If you like the Celtics today, we know what Golden State does in the third period. Take a look at the first half. Probably get the Celtics plus 1.5, maybe plus 2 in the first half. You could have a hedge opportunity in the second half if they come out. Again, I would not be shocked if the Celtics won and then lose game 6 and we're back here in 5 days for a game 7 winner take all. Would not be shocked if Golden State wins by double digits and then the Celtics take care of home court in game 6. Yeah. So we're not flip-flopping here, guys. No. I'm just telling you the scenarios as well as Riley.
Yep. And I gave out the prediction on Friday. I wasn't too far off as far as 99-96. I'll say 105-104 Celtics, Tatum at the buzzer for the win. That's my prediction.
Run to the bank, guys. 105-104. Tatum. Tatum on the win. Swish. All right, guys. This week, scheduling. There potentially might not be a a closing bell tonight. Have an appointment at 7. Not sure what time Scotty's going to get back. If Scotty gets back early enough, we will do a quick 30-minute closing bell. If not, potentially Tuesday, we will be dark here at ECSI. I am supposed to be right behind where I am right now at the Brookline Country Club for the practice round. If for some reason I am not there, we will do our shows as normal. Wednesday will be golf, and more golf. We're going to try to get Dub Z on. We're going to get Rob from B2B on. We're going to have Riley on to talk where his leans are as well. We still have Andrew McGinnis on Wednesday / potentially Thursday this week because of golf. And then Dan Alexander on Friday, who for the first 2 weeks has crushed it on the Premier Lacrosse League. So we will have week 3 updates there. So from myself, Jeff Dawson at EC Sports Invest, from the one and only Riley Magnuson at Riley_Magnuson, the one. We wish everyone a blessed day today. Have some fun. It's the first day of the week, guys. Be careful out there, okay? We got time to build up that bankroll, get some money back, and we'll have some good golf and potential big odd winners at the Brooklyn Country Club. See you soon.